everybody, it is Julie from Pages and Pens, and I am here with my June wrap-up. I can let you know an accurate rundown of my Emojiathon TBR for the month of June. If you did not know, the entire month of June I was reading books. Obviously, but I was reading specifically for the Emojiathon TBR. The Emojiathon is very relaxed, so I pretty much read whatever I wanted and I'm fitting books in where I can. So I'm going to go down the list of challenges. Some of them I did, some of them I didn't. Spoiler, I think I did 17 challenges, so I did not read that much this month. Definitely less than a normal month for me. I read 15 books for the month. That's definitely less than my norm. I think I've been running somewhere around 20, 22. 15 books is not horrible. I'm going to go down the challenges and not necessarily the order in which I read these books. First up was a book about a marginalized group. For that I read, we're going to go with two books that had mental health representation in them, and that is Impulse and Identical by Ellen Hopkins. I'm realizing Ellen Hopkins is not the author for me. I think I gave them 2 and 3 star. And I just don't like her writing. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Again, I can't speak to the accuracy of the mental health representation in those books, so I couldn't really relate with the characters. The subject matter's not for me. Number 2 was a gifted book, and I did not read any of those this month. Number 3 is a romance or contemporary. I was supposed to read Paper Princess, and I didn't, but I did read Modern Romance by Aziz Ansari, and that is a take on dating apps and dating in today's age. Aziz is hilarious. I listened to the audiobook and it was phenomenal. His voice is great. However, I wasn't super enthralled by the content for the majority of the book. Again, I used to be a dating and relationship blogger. I used to run a women's magazine writing a lot of dating and relationship articles. None of this was super new to me, so for me it was just interesting to hear his voice kind of go through these topics, but it was like a 3-star read for me. It was okay. A cover by, and for cover by, I actually read How to Be Bad by E. Lockhart, Sarah Milanowski, and Lauren Miracle. This is obviously a joint project, but this cover was just so cute with like these girls up on the hood of a car. It's like a road trip summary thing. This was my first traveling book. The flip through for this is already up, so I will link it up above. I didn't like it. I gave it 2 stars. I think the average was 3. I think one person gave it a 3.5. There is slut shaming in this. There's an overly stereotypical religious girl who's just very judgmental of her friends, and then she's shamed for being religious. It's just not. Then we have a book that makes me happy just thinking about it, and for me originally that was A Court of Wings and Ruin. I may finish it today, tonight, I'm not sure, but it will be done soon. This made me really happy thinking about it because I really have been enjoying the series on a whole. This book is like a yawner for me. I can't get invested, I can't get involved. I don't know where the disconnect is, but for me, I don't care about picking this up, so I'm kind of forcing myself to read through this at this point. And for thriller, I read You by Carolyn Kepnes. Joe's terrifying. Obviously, you're seeing this through a first-person point of view through the killer's eyes, who's a stalker, and he's definitely psychotic, but at times I was rooting for him. Like, I wanted him to kill certain people. I didn't even care that his main, like, stalking victim was being stalked. Like, I didn't like her either, so I was like torn between not caring who he killed and then also being like horrified by the things he was doing. It was a 3-star read for me. Not my genre, but I ran with it. Then we had a sci-fi book, and my sci-fi book was phenomenal. That is The Long Way to a Small and Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. This was so good. So good. This also counts for my sci-fi and my buddy read because this was the Java and the Librarians Book Club of the Month. We've already had our discussion on this. It's live, so I will link it up above for you. This is a sci-fi that is about all these different races, all these different cultures in space. They're all very richly written. Becky Chambers is like the child of an astrobiologist and an aerospace engineer. Like, she gets space. She talked about it in a way that I could understand. The characters in this are so amazing, so well written, so endearing. I absolutely love these characters. Absolute diversity in this book. There is sexual orientation diversity. There is gender identification diversity. Everything about this was so well written. It is amazing. And during the live discussion, we did realize that this is an Own Voices book because Becky Chambers is a lesbian. So there's like Own Voices rep in this as well. It was a 5-star read for me. I absolutely adored it. I've already ordered the second book of the series and I cannot wait to continue. Although the second book is like a companion novel, it's not necessarily a continuation, but I cried at this book. I laughed at this book. It was just so amazing. So if you have not read this one yet, I'm adding this to like my top of the year so far. This is so, so good. The next one is a freebie, and for my freebie, I read In a Dark, Dark Wood by Ruth Ware. I didn't really have anywhere to put this because I already had a thriller. It was an audiobook read, and I was not a fan. I very rarely see plot twists coming, but I called the plot twist in this so early in the book that everything that happened after that annoyed me because I already knew who did it, and I was just frustrated. And then the main character, Nora, kept making all of these mistakes and all of these misjudgments and just acting ridiculously, like the typical killer is chasing you, you run upstairs instead of out. Like, she just made stupid decisions that drove me crazy, and I could not stand it. And I had heard such great things about this book, and I was really expecting so much more, so I gave it 2 stars because it frustrated me and annoyed me. It was a quick listen, but I don't understand how people didn't call this twist, and I don't understand why people think it's good when Nora acted so ridiculously. I can't. Then I had my baby emoji, which was the 2016-2017 release, and for that I read Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Shauna Maguire. This book's phenomenal. There will be a complete book review on this that is non-spoilery, as well as like a series kind of wrap-up review, also non-spoilery, that will be on my channel soon. This is a 5-star read. It's absolutely amazing. This follows Jack and Jill from Every Hearted Doorway as they explore their world through their doorway, which is very dark, very twisted, and this is kind of like a prequel to Every Hearted Doorway because it's Jack and Jill the first time they go to their world. Amazing, amazing book. I didn't have a cry-worthy book, an anticipated book, and for that I had City and Embers, which was a buddy read with Dylan the Reader 5 and Kelly from Kelly's Bookspill. I gave this, I think, 3 stars. It was a fae book that was kind of pitched to me as a fae sexy time book, and it wasn't. It was fae, but there was no sexy time, and I was in it for the sexy time and didn't get it. But it was really cool to like read it and mark it up and then send it on its way to Kelly. I'm really excited that I got to do that. So overall, still a good experience, just not quite the book for me. Then I had a read in 24 hours, and I didn't read any books in 24 hours. For one that I have seen everywhere, I used Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I listened to this in audiobook, even though I have the physical copy, and I know a lot of people were disappointed with this. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I still think I liked it better than Night Circus, which I know is like unheard of. I didn't hate it. Not spooky, not dark, not crazy, but I enjoyed the premise. Then we have Takes Place in a Different Country, and for that I read Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. This takes place mainly in Prague, although she can travel, so she's in like all these different countries as well. And this I am so glad I finally got to. I have not read anything by Laini Taylor yet, and I will be continuing this series. I have the trilogy as well as Strange the Dreamer. I loved her lyrical writing. It was so whimsical. The second half of this book really picked up and sold it for me, and I really ended up enjoying it. So I love Karoo, I loved this world, and I'm about this story. I can't wait for more. A funny book, and for that it was You Can't Touch My Hair and Other Things I Still Have to Explain. And that's by Phoebe Robinson, and it was not necessarily funny, haha, like the topics, because it was feminism and racism, sexism. She's a comedian, so I listened to this audiobook and told through her voice. It was just really funny. So I enjoyed absolutely listening to that book. It was a 3-star read for me. I read a lot of nonfiction this month, more than normal. I enjoyed it. It was good. Then Annoyed I haven't read yet, and for that I listened to Furthermore by Tahara Mafi, and I loved it. Alice is adorable. She's so strong. I love the world. Gorgeous story about finding yourself in your strength, kind of accepting yourself, and I thought she was great. I thought she was a really great character, and I can't wait to read Witchwood. An expensive book, for that I didn't have one. Then we have a book with no hype, and for that I read Fragile Eternity. Nope, don't know why, but I got the wrong book from my shelf. Wicked Lovely by Marissa Marr, kind of a series book. It's about fae. It's really bad. They're really, really bad, but I loved them the first time I read them. So the nostalgia factor is giving them all like 3 stars. One that I've had forever, did not read. One with animals on the covers, also didn't read. One about music and religious diversity, also didn't read. And then we have a current event one, and for that I read In Order to Live by Yunomi Park. This is about a girl who escapes from North Korea, and just her journey, her mother's journey as they escape, the things that they saw in North Korea, the way that their lives were in North Korea. It was harrowing. In general, there was something that didn't connect with me though about this book. I gave it 3 stars. Absolutely a meaningful story, but there was something about her storytelling. There was a disconnect there. It was a 3-star read, not a bad one. Another nonfiction. And then guilty pleasure, I also used the Wicked Lovely series because it is an absolute guilty pleasure for me. They're not good, but I love them, and I'm really enjoying the reread of them, even though I can see how bad they are now. In total, that was 17 challenges, but I only read 15 books. A lot of them were audiobooks. That's been my reading month for June so far. I would love to know how you guys did for your Emojiathon. If you filmed a wrap up for that, be sure to link it down below and let me know. I'm very excited to be a larger part of Emojiathon now, and I will be an official host for the Emojiathon going here forward. I believe we're going to do them about every 6 months, so I'm excited to do another one with you guys soon and be a lot more involved in creating challenges and running Emojiathon, and really excited that I completed this many challenges. Not quite as many as I was hoping for, but in general, I still am proud of my reading considering it was a low reading month for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give me a big old thumbs up, click subscribe, and I will see all of you in my next video. Bye guys.